any of you who want to get enrolled can join the course by to quickly start the session. Under mains Manthan, the two important editorials. The first editorial talks about the Rohingyas, who are the persecuted Muslim minorities from the Rakhine state of Myanmar, and they have shifted as refugees to India. The Supreme Court has given full permission to the central government to deport the Rohingyas back to their own countries, and because of this, the court has seen so many petitions challenging the central government decisions to deport Rohingyas, which are also one of the most persecuted minorities of the world. So we will see what Supreme Court has said in this. Then the second, MMR shows a declining trend, reveals the latest data. MMR stands for maternal mortality rate. So basically, it's a win-win situation for India because maternal mortality rate has been reduced from 103 to 93, that too in the year 2023 to 2024, and 103 was in 2017 to 19. So maternal mortality rate has been reduced from 103 to 93. Then again, under prelims Sarthi, we have Nipah virus. The cases of Nipah virus have been increased in the state of Kerala. We will quickly see that why these cases have risen in Kerala and what this virus is all about. So let's start with the first editorial. If Rohingyas are foreign, central government can deport them, says Supreme Court. Why in news? As I've mentioned, Rohingyas have been declared foreigners by Supreme Court. It covers GS2, international relations. So Supreme Court observations. Supreme Court has emphasized that the Rohingyas are foreigners under the Foreign Regulation Act, and central government has full permission to deport Rohingyas back to their state. I'm sure you must be knowing where they are located. So basically they are located in Rakhine state of Myanmar. They are one of the most persecuted minorities of the world. So here Supreme Court has emphasized Rohingya refugees are foreigners under the Foreign Contribution Act. They can be deported by the central government as per legal provisions. The court will hear the case in detail in July. Then next, arguments from petitions. As you all know, UNHCR, which stands for UN Commission for the Refugees. Here we are not the signatory. India is not the signatory, so India is not bound. India is not the signatory, so India is not at all bound by the United Nations HCR. That means अगर UNHCR रोहिंग्यास को अपना कार्ड होल्डर बना भी देता है तो भी इंडिया इज नॉट बाउंड टू believe in that or not to take any action. अगर इंडिया को लगेगा कि Rohingyas needs to be sent back, so India can take that decision because we have not signed the which treaty, that is UNHCR. The Rohingyas have constitutional protection against the deportation. They invoke the principle of non-refoulement. What this says कि अगर suppose I am the Rohingya here and central government of India is asking me to go back to Myanmar, and if I go back to Myanmar, maybe I'll be killed by torture or by some sort of persecution, or ethnic minorities being cleansed, as we all know what was happening in Bangladesh as well. So same is the case of Myanmar. Here they are also saying that they invoke the principle of non-refoulement, claiming कि अगर हम torture या हमें death लगेगा, so आप हमें म्यांमार में deport मत कीजिए. So that is the whole issue here. Then government defense, as I've said, India is not signatory to the UN Refugee Convention. The government action and deportation are not legally bound by the principles of the convention. Moreover, the Foreigners Act give the government absolute authority to control the entry and exit of foreign nationals, especially in matters related to national security. Then next, if we will see इस editorial, इस न्यूज में सिर्फ बेटा इतना ही इंपॉर्टेंट था. Then most important thing comes now, that is Article 21, right to life, and Article 14, right to equality, which apply to all individuals. As you all know, right to life and personal liberties, it's includes the citizens as well as non-citizens, and equality also to citizens and non-citizens, but the right to reside or settle in India, that comes under Article 19(1)(e) is exclusively only for the Indian citizens. That means अगर कोई foreigner है तो उसके पास ये अधिकार नहीं है कि वो जहां मर्जी चाहे भारत में रुक सकता है. Good evening, Shivani Soni. Good evening. Then right to reside or settle in India, that is Article 1(e) is exclusive to Indian citizens. The court also clarified that Rohingyas, if found to be foreigners, do not have the right to settle in India. Now, before we begin to the next editorial, I would like to share one thing. As we all know, after Operation Sindoor, India is gearing up. And not only India, our Tri-Forces Command, you talk about Indian Army, Indian Navy, as well as Indian Air Force. All of the forces have been geared up. We are increasing our security across land, across sea, and across air. We all have seen the visuals last night of the swarms of drones and missiles being intercepted by whom? Intercepted by S-400 TRIMP. S-400 TRIMP, that is the air defense system, as well as the surface to air missiles. So all have been successfully intercepted, which were fired by the Pakistan in Jammu region, in Gurdaspur, as well as the bordering districts along the LOC. But there have been heavy shelling, heavy artillery still being fired by the Pakistan military towards the Indian side. And at the same time, we also have seen that this matter should not get escalated, but as our defense minister as well as the EAM, that is Jaishankar ji, the EAM and Rajnath Singh has very dramatically mentioned that in case Pakistan will do any sort of attack, we are ready to give a firm response and we will not sit silent. So again, but both India is always saying, India has informed the UNSC members as well, along with Saudi Arabia. You talk about UAE and also the Saudi Arabia, UAE and Japan. Why? Because it wants these countries to be in consensus. हमारा फर्ज है इन कंट्रीज को बताना कि इंडिया ने जो रिस्पॉन्ड किया है, जो पहलगाम टेरर अटैक 22 अप्रैल को पाकिस्तान ने किया था, जो हमने किया है, दैट इज अ मेजर्ड अटैक, दैट इज नॉन एस्केलेटरी अटैक, and it is well surgical as well. That means अगर इंडिया के ऊपर कोई भी अटैक होगा, so India is bound to respond, not out of adventure or not out of escalation, but out of necessity. This is a very clear message which has been sent by the Indian Army to the entire world, or maybe India, where you have seen the most powerful conference that was taken by Vikram Misri, a Kashmiri Pandit, then Colonel Sophia Qureshi, that is the Indian Army, and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh, which is a Sikh. So it's a powerful message to the entire world that India is standing united and none can divide India. Day before yesterday, we all have seen the press conferences, but let's hope that this matter should not get escalated much more, because war is not the solution, no doubt about it. Even India doesn't want. India believes in dialogue, which has been reiterated again and again by our DM as well as EAM. But if Pakistan will escalate, India will respond, and terror will not go hand in hand with whatever Pakistan is doing. So Pakistan needs to stop and think about its economy as well. Then the next, that is why in news, the MMR. Before that, I would request all of you, all the viewers, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट आप सभी से यही है, एज अ सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया, भारत के नागरिक होने के नाते हमारा फर्ज है कि हम कोई भी गलत न्यूज ना स्प्रेड करें. कोई भी व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी में हमारे मैसेजेस आए, दे नीड्स टू बी checked by the PIB fact check. As you all know, if any of you do not know, that is PIB fact check. Basically, they tell you all sort of news. If there is something which is fake, so PIB keeps a eye on it, and it uploads on its social media account that this video or this image is fake and one should not believe in it. So again, हमारा फर्ज बनता है कि कोई भी नेगेटिव मैसेज हम स्प्रेड ना करें until and unless it's been confirmed. Even Ministry of Defense has posted on a tweet that all the sensitive issues, sensitive movement of military, army, air force, navy should not be posted on social media. So I request all of you to stay alert, stay vigilant, stay kind, and stay India, right? Now, MMR, Office of Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, covers GS2, that is governance and social justice. Then India's maternal mortality rate, as I've just mentioned, it has dropped to 93 per lakh live births from 103. So 103 to 93. Again, which year? 2019 to 2021. The highest MMR is recorded in this, followed by this age. That means जो भी सबसे ज्यादा फीमेल्स की डेथ हो रही है, that is happening in the age group of 20 to 29 and not, and उसके बाद जो age है, that is 30 to 34 age group, right? So सबसे ज्यादा डेथ हो रही है 20 से 29 साल की जो महिलाएं हैं जो प्रेग्नेंट होती हैं, उसके बाद उनकी डेथ हो जाती है. So that is the talking about 20 to 29 years of age. So this reflects the reproductive health of women as well. Now states with high MMR, that is Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Haryana, which has shown high maternal mortality rate. So this means these states need to work a lot in order to improve the condition of the maternal health or the reproductive health system of the women, right? And if you will see, apart from Assam and Odisha, almost all the states are northern states. So that means we need to learn or replica the model of southern states. Southern states ने जो भी initiatives लिए हैं in order to reduce the maternal mortality rate, we need to take care of all such measures, right? Then comes the next, that is fertility and mortality estimates. The Registrar General of India uses the sample registration system to estimate the fertility rate and mortality rate in the country. This is very basic. Then comes the next, that is the global context, that is WHO findings. See, this is a very heartbreaking data. Over 700 women die every day from preventable causes related to pregnancy and childbirth. 90% of death happening in low and lower middle income countries. So across the world, 700 women are dying every day. Every day. Imagine, this is such a big number. And WHO aims to reduce. So what is the WHO goal? As per the SDG, to reduce the MMR by below 70 by the year 2030, because 2030 is the limit of sustainable development goals. Am I clear? Rishi, Deepti, Shivani, Deepika, Ghena, Shri, all of you, is it making sense to everyone? Right? So the goal is to come below 70. Then under prelim Sarthi, we have Nipah virus. Nipah virus first identified in the year 1999 in Malaysia. Later outbreaks occurred in Bangladesh and India. That too in Siliguri was the first one. How Siliguri, as we have seen, Bangladesh. The closest is West Bengal, and Siliguri is in West Bengal, and it's being spread through bat saliva, contaminated food, and person-to-person contact linked to consumption of fruits contaminated by the bat saliva. Then comes the next, what are the symptoms? Symptoms include the fever, headache, muscle ache, nausea, dizziness, neurological issues which might lead to coma as well as the treatment. Again, there is no vaccine or specific treatment. Supportive care is being used with ribavirin, possibly reducing the mortality rate, right? Then with this, we have concluded today's daily news analysis session. As in the newspaper, most of the news are related to the Indo-Pak conflict, which we all are seeing. So any of you wants to share any of the opinions, you may do. But all I want all of us to be more vigilant, to act as more responsible citizen of the country, support our government and support our army. Anyone, any questions, any query? So with this, I conclude today's daily news analysis session. All the very best to each one of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.